Good morning, Scorpio. Welcome to your angel reading. We're just going to do a random spread this morning. I felt nauseated this morning. Happy Memorial Day. If you're in the United States, happy Memorial Day. And if you're not in the United States, and you just want to be wished happy holidays, happy holidays. So weird this morning. My house is kind of weird. There was some sort of weird noise that was going on in my room earlier. And it's not necessarily that it's inside my room. It sounds more like it's outside. Some sort of loud sound. It kind of reminds me of a beaver, or like a beaver flapping its tail or something, or just something working on something, because it's a repetitive sound. It's almost like knocking, but it's not. Kind of reminds me of cats I used to have that would scratch their ear and keep scratching, and if they were nearby something, you'd hear like a sound over and over again. Because if their foot would hit something and keep hitting it, I really don't know how to describe this, but I'm done shuffling these cards. So let's get started. Scorpio. We have the Knight of Swords. This was in the past. Okay, this is, this is your energy, and this is you being too hard on yourself. So it's almost like you took a look at your personality and you were like, I like this about myself, but I don't like that about myself. And it's almost like you were trying to be this perfect person that had these high expectations for your life, whatever that's about. I will say this, Scorpio, you are not a robot. You're not a robot, okay? Um, we have Ace of Swords, Six of Swords, and the Star. The truth came out about you healing, okay? The truth came out about you healing. So you're not healed yet. With this Ace of Swords, you're not healed yet. And the reason you're not healed yet is because, I mean, this was in the past where you were not healed yet. You were talking down to yourself. People who are healed, they accept themselves and they don't talk down to themselves. They find a better way of talking to themselves. They say things to themselves like, well, I did the best I could. I gave all that I had. I gave all I could. They give themselves, I won't say a pass or a break necessarily, but they give themselves some leeway to be human. It's okay to be human, Scorpio. You are human. Human beings have feelings, they have emotions, and we have to deal with those feelings and emotions. Otherwise, they explode later. There are people out there that hold in anger, and eventually the anger will find a way to seep out. So that's why we don't hold in anger. But you're leaving a bad situation and you're healing from it. Now, what's confusing to me about this reading is in the past, you talked down to yourself. So are you leaving yourself? I mean, you can't leave yourself because no matter where you go, there you are. So it's almost like there was a part of yourself that was talking down to yourself. Could have been the super ego. The super ego is made up of our parents, our generations, our ancestors. And the super ego can be very critical depending on the family we grew up in. And when we see the light, to say, so to say, when we see the light and we see that we don't need that super ego, that we can defend ourselves, that we can look after ourselves, we can throw off the super ego and love ourselves, but we're still there. So sometimes part of us, just because we threw away the super ego, doesn't mean that we also don't still have problems with, criticism, our judgments of ourselves. So you're healing from you. You're healing from you. You're healing from you hurting yourself. You're healing from you talking down to yourself. You're learning better ways of talking to yourself. This is part of learning confidence, okay? And in order to learn confidence, we have to have empathy. Empathy is actually a strong prerequisite to confidence. And I didn't know this, but I was reading it in a book yesterday. So, Ace of Swords, Six of Swords, the Star. Now, if this is not your energy, somebody could have rushed in the past and tried to immediately start a relationship with you, but you weren't having it. Okay. So, Knight of Swords can also be somebody who rushes in, or you could have been rushing. You could have been rushing. Knight of Swords is somebody who is too hard on themselves. And some people that are too hard on themselves, they don't like being alone. They don't like the inner voice inside their head that says all the negative, critical things. So they rush into relationships so they don't have to hear that voice anymore. But that was in the past, okay? For the present, we have the Lovers, Angels of Commitment, okay? So whoever this lover is, you're back with your lover in the present. You're back with your lover. You're giving. Okay. So one or both of you left this connection at one point with the present, with the lovers. We have the Seven of Swords, okay, which means one of you could be kind of avoidant at this time, or you could be both avoidant. Um, when people have been hurt, that's when they decide to be avoidant. It kind of reminds me of somebody who maybe they had a spider bite them and then they never wanted to be around spiders ever again. But not all spiders are the same. So, with this avoidant energy, with this Seven of Swords, it's like you want to run away, but you're not. You're giving to this situation with the Six of Pentacles energy. You and this person are experiencing an equal give and take, a balancing out of give and take. And this is a soulmate. This is a soulmate connection. I was thinking about this last night, okay? There is a movie called The Players Club. And I'm not saying you're a stripper or anything like that, Scorpio. Scorpios get such a bad rap. They get such a bad rap for being Scorpios. But the reason why it reminded me of, that movie was because there's a dancer in that movie who is comfortable with a certain guy. And sometimes in the club, a big baller or somebody with a lot of money will come in, and that happened one night where this guy with a lot of money came in and she kept dancing with the guy she normally dances with. And he said, "Aren't you going to go dance with that guy? That guy's got a lot of money. He's really putting out the money for all the girls that come towards him." And she said, "No, I feel comfortable with you." Or however it was she worded it. I haven't seen that movie in years, but it's almost like you feel comfortable with this person, and so you're giving to this person because you feel comfortable with them. There's something about this person to where you keep running back to them. It must be you see something in them that reminds you of you. Like, well, this person likes to have fun and I like to have fun. Or this person has been hurt before and I've been hurt before. So there's something in this person that causes you to keep running back to them. They could be the type of person that has the same fear that you do. And so you keep running back to them because y'all both have the same fear. So, Seven of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Two of Cups. This is a soulmate connection. Knight of Wands in the future. Knight of Wands is somebody who's being adventurous. In the future, you are getting out of your comfort zone and you are being adventurous with this Knight of Wands energy. Now, I don't know what kind of adventure you're going to go on, Scorpio, but you need to be careful because I did draw that Seven of Wands card. And whenever I draw Seven of Wands, for me personally as a Scorpio, it means I'm going to have to stand up for myself. And what this means is the last time I pulled this card for me for a personal reading, I got a flat tire on my car because I was driving somewhere. And I tried to press the OnStar button in my car, but they wanted a credit card and I didn't have one. So I had to drive slowly to the tire station that fixes the I am not good with wording things, okay, Sagittarius, but not Sagittarius, Scorpio. I'm sorry, but I had to drive slowly to the nearest fix it shop for cars. I had to take a back road and then I had to take a main road. And then when I finally got there, they fixed the tire. Now, if I had not heard the tire pop and I had just kept driving fast, I would have eventually, ripped that tire and felt bump, 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 like that's what I would have felt. So, I am thankful that I can hear. Not everyone has hearing. And then they have to use other methods of surviving in this world. But I'm getting off track with this. My point is that if you're traveling, Scorpio, in the future, be on the lookout for a flat tire or make sure you have a spare in your car. This is you putting in a lot of work into something with this Eight of Pentacles. You going on adventures, you learning more about yourself. It is okay to take risks. There are different stages of child development. And if you are working on healing wounds or your child development at this time, one of the things that children need to do sometimes is go on little adventures. They have that in schools where they have field trips and there's a guided field trip and um so you could be going on little adventures. We have Two of Swords, uncertainty. You're uncertain about this new path you're on with going on adventures, but you're leaving it to source, okay? You're leaving it to source. instead of trying to control the outcome. Your attitude at this time is maybe you feel like people are gossiping about you. We have the Page of Swords, gossip. You could feel like people are gossiping about you. This is an internal conflict. We have Three of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and Five of Pentacles. That's two fives, okay? So maybe you feel like people at work are gossiping about you and like you're all on your own with that Five of Pentacles energy. You feel like people are gossiping about you at work. Influencing you is the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is about determination, okay? Now, a lot of people will call this the Wounded Warrior card. To me, the Nine of Wands, this is someone who has no quitting sense. This is someone with heart. And you see this in toddlers and young children. Have you ever seen a baby that keeps trying to climb on top of a couch and it keeps falling off the couch, but it keeps trying to climb on the couch over and over again until finally it gets on that couch and it sits up there with this proud look on its face like, yeah, I got on the couch. So you have heart. You have heart, Scorpio. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you don't have heart or you don't try hard enough. You have heart. We have the Judgment, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Chariot, okay? So Nine of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Judgment, you're coming back to someone in an independent energy, but you're forgiving them. Even though you're hurt, you're forgiving them. And you're stronger than you think you are with that Judgment card. This is a renewal of being around somebody. I'm not going to say this is a renewal of a relationship because it can't be. Like it cannot be a renewal of a romantic relationship necessarily if you're both hurt, possibly. But this is you looking at another situation again from a different point of view. We have independence, okay? So with Nine of Pentacles, independence, this person is becoming part of your routine. So it's not that you're looking at them as the be all end all and they're going to meet all your needs. They're going to bring you happiness on a silver platter. That is not going to happen, okay? This person is not going to do that for you, and that's not how you're looking at them. You're looking at them like you're on a new schedule. You're doing different things for yourself. And this person's part of your schedule because you're going to start hanging out with this person again. This is a renewal with that Judgment card. This is you headed towards them. Now, they could be the wounded one. They could be the one headed towards you. But either way, it's like y'all are both headed towards each other. Nine of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Judgment, okay? What are the obstacles? Page of Pentacles. Okay. The obstacle we have right here is luck. Now, Page of Pentacles, you're not really offering this person much at this time. Page of Pentacles is like a small offer. It's just friendship that you are offering them. But I'd really like to know why this is an obstacle. Okay, Three of Cups, Three of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups, okay? Okay. Now this is an obstacle because there is another influence at play in this, okay? Um the Three of Cups can also be about friendship as well. But I think there's another influence at play here, okay? And I think the reason why this is an obstacle is I think this person wants more from you than just friendship. But that's all you're willing to give at this time is friendship. I mean, we have two friendship cards with the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. But the other two clarifying cards are the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, okay? Now, I think both of these are your energy. I think you're financially secure and stable with that King of Cups energy. And I think Queen of Cups is you. Queen of Cups represents Scorpio. Um, okay. Now, the reason why I think there is another influence in this reading is because I'm seeing two aspects of your personality. I'm seeing someone who has come in to listen, to care, and be there for somebody. But I'm also seeing somebody who thinks that they can just give somebody money and everything will be fine. You can't do that, Scorpio. You can't just, hurt people and then give them some money and everything's okay. That's not how any relationship works. That's not how friendships work. That's not how marriages work. You can't just give somebody money or be like, I'm here and I'm financially stable. Don't you want to be my friend? You can't do that. So I'm not saying it's wrong to be financially stable. It is not wrong to be financially stable. This is fine. It's fine to express your love by, donating to people or helping people. But it's not fine to ghost them or talk down to them and then give them money. When you treat people that way, it kind of leaves them with a cheap feeling. And nobody likes to feel that way. So I don't know if you did that or your person did that, but nobody wants to be bought off. Okay? And it kind of reminds me of someone I knew a long time ago who had trouble making friends. So he bought everyone pizza. And they were like, "Well, that's nice of him that, he bought everyone pizza, but he really didn't have to do that to make friends." So, either you or the person you're dealing with thinks they can use money to make everything okay, and that's not going to work, okay? So that is your obstacle, is learning integration, Okay, learning integration, learning when certain things are appropriate at what times. Okay, learning to integrate. Integration is about accepting all of the parts of our personality, where we come from. Um, Now, you can't just reject, a certain part of yourself and throw it away. There has to be a place for everyone in your personality, all the different parts of your personality. So, with that King of Pentacles energy, we can't just throw him away. We can't be like, man, this is, he's done some horrible things. Let's just get this mentality and throw it away. And no, because the King of Pentacles has something to offer us when we use that aspect of our personality in the right way. So if you had a friend that took you out to dinner and bought you dinner, you could reciprocate at another time by paying for their dinner. And that is an equal give and take of love. That is an equal exchange of love. What's not an equal exchange is, to talk down to somebody and then to give them money. Like, that makes everything okay. There's a time and a place to give with money, but it is not the time to give with money after you have talked down to somebody or mistreated them. And this may not even be your problem. It could be your person's problem, or you both could share that problem. But we never change. And what I mean by we never change is we don't get rid of habits, we just replace habits with new habits. So you will always have a part of your personality that wants to be financially stable or that wants to give money to people. You will always have that part of your personality, but you have to learn how to balance it. You have to balance it. You have to balance your own money. Your person has to balance their own money. We are all adults here. You have to balance things. You have to budget things. You have to balance different things. You have to balance different aspects of your personality. You have to be the one to figure out where the rough edges are so that you can sand those rough edges instead of just trying to throw them away. When you try to throw a part of your personality away, it's like you're trying to throw all of you away, okay? And my advice for that is stop trying to throw yourself away. Stop trying to throw yourself away. And this is also part of what I mean by being too hard on yourself. Taking one little quality that you're still working on and then going down a shame spiral and being like, "Oh, because I have this one bad quality, I don't deserve love. I'm not meant to be with anyone." No, like that's ridiculous. You can take a quality and you can change that behavior and form a new behavior, and then that person is still there. That person inside of you is still there. You can do that. Now, the outcome of everything is going to be the tower. We are going to have some sort of tower moment. Okay? A lot of people think the tower is such a bad card. I don't think it's a bad card. I think this is the destruction of all of the false beliefs you had about society. All of these false beliefs that society taught you. And we're getting, with this tower, we are getting rid of the illusion of control. You're not in control, Scorpio. Source is in control, right? You're not in control. And we have 5 of Swords. You healing yourself, okay? You healing yourself. You healing yourself by realizing that you are not in control. Okay? You're not. And the only thing you can control, Scorpio, in your world is making yourself comfortable with that Queen of Pentacles energy. So with this Tower card for this outcome, I know this 5 of Swords card says loss, but if we combine this card with the 4 of Pentacles, you have lost, or you will lose, the illusion of control. The illusion that you control anything. You don't control anything. Source controls everything. So a lot of spiritual teachers will get on here on YouTube, and they will say, "Oh, if I just think positive thoughts, I manifest this and I manifest that, and my life's perfect, and prosperity gospel like Joel Osteen." And no, no. I'm not saying don't have a high vibration. Keep working on yourself, keep ascending, have a high vibration. But don't think for 1 minute that you control everything, because you don't. You don't control everything in this universe. And the problem with, growing up in a dysfunctional society is that society would have us believe that if we do everything the right way, and if we follow all of society's rules in exactly the right way, that we can control everything and we can prevent loss. No. Good things and bad things happen to everyone. And we are all good and bad. We all have good and bad qualities in us. No one is all good, no one is all bad. And this is you accepting that. This is you growing and accepting that you're not in control. Sometimes when we go through society and we believe all these things society tells us, it's like we're a puppet on a string. It's like we're just going through the motions, and we think we know what's best for us, and we're listening to all these societal influences until that tower moment happens. And then we realize that all along we were not in control. We could have been letting certain things happen a certain way, and letting other people in society run our lives. This is you focused on comfort. She's holding a white rabbit and she's petting her rabbit. Yesterday, I met two people. I met two people by their eyes. I had parked my car and I was trying to eat a sandwich. And I saw a woman walking and I had closed my window. But I looked at her and she looked at me and we didn't really say much of anything. I was just observing her. And then when I finally came out of the car after she was gone, an older man approached me and he was riding a bicycle. And he came up to me and we had a little discussion and he told me about the skate park, how there's a skate park downtown nearby where I live, and that if I wanted to, I could go to the skate park. And at the time, I wasn't really paying that much attention to his words because I was trying to get the plastic off of my skateboard that I had just bought yesterday. And eventually he did leave, but when I stood there talking with him, I felt comfortable with him. It didn't matter that he was older. It didn't matter that we came from different worlds. I felt comfortable there just talking to him. And later on, I thought about it. And I understand that he was probably trying to get me to socialize more. But I felt like, why would I hang around a group of people when I feel comfortable talking to you? And I didn't even know the guy. Like, he was a complete stranger. That was my first time ever meeting him. But I started feeling comfortable talking to him. He was riding a bicycle, he was getting his exercise. He kind of reminded me of my grandpa. What you don't see coming is the Two of Wands. This is progress, okay? You don't see how much you're growing. You don't see how much you're learning. You don't see it. You're just out there living your life and you don't see how much you're growing. And the reason you're growing is because, like I said, you're letting go of the illusion of control, the illusion that you control anything. Positive affirmations and raising our vibration is a good thing. We do feel better, but that doesn't mean that we control everything. It's kind of like exercise. A lot of people will say, "Oh, you got to exercise to lose weight. You got to exercise to lose weight." That's not why we exercise. We exercise to get the blood flowing in our body. We exercise for the circulation. There are a number of health benefits to exercise. Exercise is not about losing weight. It's like someone else was saying that I was watching one day. He said, "You can eat a Whopper and you would need 10 hours of exercise. You can't win. You can't do it. You can't." So, exercise is not about losing weight. Exercise is about circulation and other things. But we have this Two of Wands, which is about progress. You're slowly closing out a cycle involving you, okay? This is something to do with your personality. I may have been wording things the wrong way with this. I reordered the cards. We have the Page of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Death card. So you have all these ideas about how to move slowly towards an ending, okay? Page of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, the Death card. You are moving slowly towards an ending. Now, the reason why I talked about this being part of your personality is because we have this Page of Wands energy. Now, the Page of Wands talks a lot, Scorpio. You can either talk a lot or you can be like the Knight of Pentacles and actually do and actually trust. And that is what you are doing. You are deciding to move from talking about healing to actually trying to heal, taking the steps to heal with that Knight of Pentacles energy. And you're headed towards an ending with this Death card. I don't think it's an ending between you and your lover. I think it's an ending of you closing out a big cycle. But you're closing it out on your terms. So if you want to play cards, you play cards. If you want to ride on a skateboard, you ride on a skateboard. If you want to see a movie, you go see a movie. You know, you're closing out a cycle on your terms. You're closing up the loose ends on your terms. Because only you can understand your mind, Scorpio. Nobody else can understand your mind. Nobody else can read your mind. Nobody else can heal your mind because they're not inside your mind. They don't know how it works. Only you know how it works because it's your mind. You know, some people think, you know, because they're lonely, that they should be healed automatically, that they should get a fully healed partner automatically, and that immediately after being hurt, everything should be fine and wonderful immediately. That's unrealistic. And we don't treat broken legs that way. If somebody has a broken leg, we put a cast on it, and over time, that person heals. Granted, that person cannot, they cannot walk on those legs, right? So if it was a relationship that hurt you, you cannot be in a relationship at this time because you're still healing the relationship aspect of yourself. You may not be able to be in a fully committed romantic relationship at this time, but there are other things you can do while you're healing. And that's what we do with people with broken legs. We put a cast on it, and then they watch TV, they listen to music, they process things on their terms while their leg heals. But some people are impatient and they see a person with a broken leg. No, no, this is inconvenient for me. No, Scorpio, no, you can't have a broken leg. I need you into work tomorrow. No, Scorpio, no. I need your leg to heal now. That's unrealistic. Healing takes time for anything. Healing takes time for physical injuries. Healing takes time for psychological injuries. Healing takes time for childhood wounds. Healing takes time. You're trying to rush this. But what you don't see coming is healing's going to be coming in slowly. Now, if you don't like it when, other people rush you to heal, Scorpio, why are you rushing yourself? That's my question. Why are you rushing yourself? Don't rush yourself. Wouldn't it be great, if after being hurt, we could just heal automatically, like healed, healed automatically. New relationship, marriage, children, family, fully healed. Wouldn't that be great? But that's not how the universe works. We can't do that. You will have periods of time where you are single or you are alone before you meet that one. And you have to be single in order to be okay for marriage. You have to be alone with yourself for a while in order to be okay for something bigger that the universe may have planned for you. And I don't know what the universe has planned for you. People come to these tarot readings and I want to know what's going to happen. I don't know what the universe has planned for you. You may not be married. You may spend the rest of your life on a screen reading cards like me. I don't know what the universe has for you. All I know is that you're healing and you're moving from a place of talking about healing to actually putting in the work to heal. And that's because you know what you want. You know what you want. So that's all I have, Scorpio. Thank you for coming to this reading. I'm sorry it was so long. I didn't expect it to be this long. I kind of ramble sometimes with all of my little stories, and but stories have a purpose, right? Stories teach us things. And thank you for watching this video, and thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. I am so happy because I have 22 subscribers now. I've been wanting 22. I don't know why, but for some reason that number was just special to me, and I wanted 22. And I finally have it. So, thank you and happy Memorial Day.